Hello, Red Horde. We are back on this glorious Saturday. Big win today for Wrexham. Got helped. Big win for Reading, taking out Wickham for us, lengthening our lead and putting us in great shape. Sean Driver, the trooper he is, he tried to get up at 3 a.m. He failed, but he did make it in time to put on the toque at the Red Horde's behest. And less than a minute later, the first goal, and shortly after that, another one, and one by Reading, and everything just snowballed perfectly for us there. So, Sean will be back in just a moment. I will put up one of the screens. See, we can start looking at some of the stats. We can look at it's just nice looking at the table. It's hard not to want to just stare at the table now. Sean was saying it before, and he'll probably want to go over it when he gets back, but Birmingham at 89 points, us at 81 with 5 to go, right? 5 games to go, 81 points. Sean and I were figuring, I was thinking that we needed to get to 90 to keep the automatic berth. Sean was thinking 89. Either way, 3 wins would get us pretty much there, or 2 wins and a draw would likely get us that spot. So our last 5 games, you're looking at Wickham and Bristol Rovers and Blackpool. Not top of the league stuff, and most of those teams don't have much to play for. We'll have to take a look. Where's Bristol? Bristol's at 20, and they're up 3 points. The Bristol Rovers faces Bolton next, who still needs to keep winning. So Bristol Rovers is going to be probably playing hard when we face them in 2 weeks. So that's not great. They'll be trying to do everything they can to stay out of relegation. So not ideal there. And then let me see, what is Blackpool playing for? Anything? Wow, they've somehow snuck up to 9th. They are still currently mathematically in it for the 6th spot. They're 5 back right now. They have Rotherham, who they should be able to beat next week. So who knows? Blackpool might be playing hard when we face them too. And then the last 2 games are Charlton, who's obviously in 4th. They have to play Wickham before they play us, and that should be interesting. And then the last game's against Lincoln, who has nothing to play for. So looking at Wickham and Charlton, those 2 are, because Charlton hasn't played yet, we're about to watch them. At the moment, those 2 are even on games, and Wickham has a 3-point lead and 9 points in goal difference. So the Charlton game here is pretty big. Hopefully they'll drop points. And then Wickham playing Tuesday against Huddersfield, hopefully they'll also drop points and then give us a little bit of a cushion. Stockport still has a bunch to play for here. They're at 71 points, so they're mathematically not totally out of it yet, although today's win pretty much takes care of any hopes that Stockport was hanging on to for the number 2 spot. But that being said, they're probably still going to be playing hard, at least today, against Exeter. And the Reading game, Reading now, I mean, granted, they've played one more game than Bolton and Huddersfield, but they're holding on to the last playoff spot. I'm happy for them. I'm excited about that. I hear Sean banging around in the background. Hopefully he'll be joining. Yeah, there he is.
Just got to get the game on and.
I think I can hear something else playing in the background. I don't know what you have on.
That's the Charlton game playing. As I go and try to get it on the screen up ahead of me.
Yeah, my video's freaking out again.
All right. And I am good to go. Pop this one out. Chat with everybody. Hello again, Giselle. What Discord channel? I guess I should grab that and I'll put that up right away here and get that taken care of. Just let me do that. Holy. We've got the table up ahead. We've got lots of stuff coming. Just let me get through this. I've got a graphic of the matchups in the Discord. What Discord channel? This Discord channel. Where are you? My Discord's not open. Okay, well, I will get that as we go through. Let's chat table as I pull that, and I'll make sure that that's linked up for everybody. And we'll figure that one out. Choo. Everything's closed down on my end. Let's grab that table. We are 6 points up from into the automatic spots. 6 points up. Wickham has the game in hand. That game in hand, by reminder, Huddersfield on Tuesday. I will be here by myself for that one on Tuesday as we take that one in, hoping that Huddersfield able to do some magic and keep Wickham down below us. 5 games left for us, 6 left for them and for Charlton and for Stockport and for Reading. And so there's an opportunity for some gaps to close, but we have taken care of business. I should have sang "Celebrate Good Times" while that was happening, because if you'll remember, we had that played and then we got in trouble. We got our first copyright infringement by playing that one, but should have just sang the damn thing out. Yeah, I'll grab the link and share it here in a second. I'm just waiting to log in and do that. So we were talking about what's left to get in there. I'll wait till the end of this one, but I do think that getting to 89 points is going to be enough this year, and that's 8 points away. So if you can get 2 wins, 2 draws out of the last 5, you're guaranteed. And we may even need less, depending on what ends up happening as Wickham, Charlton, Stockport conclude their chase on, just by reminder, Charlton. Charlton, they've got their match today against Lincoln City. Stockport is on the road today in Exeter City, kicking off at 7 o'clock. And so we'll be watching that one as we go through. Quite the morning. And I just wanted to check something here. No, okay. I'm glad I didn't say what I was thinking, because I was wrong in my player assessment. Let us know in the chat what you guys. Andy's got the path to 89 up on the Discord, so grab that one too, Brendan, if you wouldn't mind. And I'm going to grab the link that's here. Invite people, grab link, throw it in the chat, and pin it. There it is. Pin it. So now that we're all set up and we're ready to go, take a breath and let me know in the chat, what's your thoughts? What do you think gets us there? Do we have to get all the way up to 89 points? Is that what's going to get it done? And if it is, that means we need to find 2 wins and 2 draws to absolutely guarantee it. That still seems, when I say that with only 5 games left, it seems like it was closer than that. But I mean, you look at it, for Wickham to get to 89 points now, they've got 6 games left. So they've got a potential 18 to go. That means they're going to have to get 14 points out of the next 6 to get to 89, which is why I think 89 now is not the target. It's probably 87, 86, 87. What do you think Wickham can get out of 18 potential points going forward? And Charlton, I mean, for Charlton, they've got they can get to a maximum of 90.
Yeah, I mean, this is Wrexham, right? Like it's always scarier than it needs to be, right?
Well, that's why I said next week is guaranteed loss weekend, just to make sure it's.
Yeah, I want the next 3 wins. I think the next 3 wins and us getting to 90. That's what makes me feel safe.
Yeah. So 72 divided by 40 is 1.8. So for Charlton, that's 1.8 times 6 is 11 points. So if they keep their season average going, that's going to put them at 83 points. That means 1 win is enough to get clear of them, unless they go on a crazy run. For Wickham, they're at 75 divided by 40 is 1.875. They've got 6 games left at 1.875. That gets them at 11.25. Let's round it up and make it 12. That puts them at 87 points. They've got a hell of a run in, so I still think that that's going to be hard to get. But I think, to me, 87 is now the target. Just with Wickham's loss today and what's left, that's achievable. 6 points, 2 wins out of the next 5. Is that all we need? I mean, that's where we're sitting right now. If they go on season average between Wickham and Charlton, we need 87 points to be clear. That's crazy. That's crazy. But and with the that's a great pithy statement. To reach the moon, you should always reach for the stars, and that should be where they end up put them to the sword, right? Smash everybody you can, and on you go. I don't know whether we want to look at the stats on the last one or not, because there's not really much to take out of it, is there, Brendan?
I don't know. I mean, it's really cool looking at a shot chart like that where they have 3 and we have,
Well, let's bring it up and we'll have a look at it, as they've already gone through to the next thing and not updated the screen. So I've got Wigan Athletic as my next game, but there it is. Burton Albion 3-0. I mean, it's all red other than a little blip in the 35th minute.
Because I have up in Discord, I have the Wrexham's remaining games, Wickham's remaining games, Charlton's remaining games, Stockport's remaining, that graphic from Andy.
Yeah, I'm going to go and grab that one from Andy here.
Before we slide over and look at the
chart
stats.
with the breakdown. Current point 78. We're now at 81. So we've taken care of one of those wins. New points, total points gets us to 91. You go through all of their max.
Yeah, I was looking at the graphic before that where it shows our run-in.
And he's actually done an amazing. I did season average. He's done it based on form, and even his so whether you do season average or whether you do on form, as he has in their record over the previous 6 or 7 games, the max that they get to is 86. So again, that's another reinforcement that what's needed here is 87 points. Yes, Wickham and Charlton can go on a run, but if you take the law of averages over the course of everything, they've got to go on quite the run. And you look at Stockport, if you're Stockport looking to try and get up to 87, 89 points, they've basically got to win out.
Yeah, and they're looking at Exeter today, then Rotherham, Peterborough, Huddersfield, Lincoln, ending with Wickham.
It's starting to feel like the end of the season last year, where the number just kept running. And to be fair, as much as I said next weekend is guaranteed loss, we didn't do that last season. Last season, if you remember, we got close and we just completely put our foot to the floor and ended up taking off quite the run until we secured. Got a little bit of help around us and everything just kind of flowed through. Okay, now I want to make Charlton an away day. I was looking at their little green turf outside with the pub there and the kids running around and all that sort of stuff. The Valley.
Yeah, that looks like a nice one to go to.
Well, I've only got 4 stadiums in on my tour of the 92. I missed my opportunity. Wrexham's gone up too fast to be able to go over and go up. I should write my strongly worded letter of criticism.
Okay, so Sean's against Wrexham success. The rest of us are all on.
I'll deal with it. I'll learn to overcome it. If I have to go by myself on a neutral match to go to Chesterfield to watch one, I guess.
Well, aren't you doing the typical Wrexham fan thing, being critical of finding something to be critical about?
Yeah, there you go. Got to do it. So ball possession 70%, expected goals 2.52, 24 total shots. Holy! And when you look at the shot meter that's on there, just that's what you're talking about. Just all that red and the 3 goals that were all inside the box. 456 accurate passes. That's almost double. 86% accuracy. That's a benefit of being up and for ever in a day. 80 minutes, 87 minutes, including the added time. Shots on target out of that 24, just 5. Would like better than that. 3 big chances and all of them missed. So maybe we should be critical again. We deserved 6 in that one. We'll just have to cope with the failures. Touches inside the opposition box, 35-7. And I'm just going to go to the second half and see if there's a difference between that. Touches in the second half, 20-1. So the first half, a little bit of bite to it, but after that, well in control all the way through. We're only 5 minutes away from kickoff. There must be a hell of a lot of people in the pubs surrounding Charlton, because it is absence of it's maybe 20% full. 5 minutes before kickoff, and the music playing in the background. I'm going to go back to the chat and see what everybody's saying and see if we can bring that in. Our form is the strongest in League One at the moment. Deandra asked a good question. What was it? After that 30-minute sub, will we see Rodriguez start again? No, but the question is it Marriott or Fletcher? I'm okay with going with Marriott for the run-in. I mean, Rodriguez hasn't been bad. He hasn't cost us, but then with a striker, you don't want him to cost us. You want he said, I want a comfortable second place finish so we can feel we truly deserve to be a championship club. Next season is going to be nuts. And one thing, I'll bring this up in the background. I've been working on that ongoing Wrexham financials table. And the biggest thing to me that everybody's talked about, and I'll go into this more as I do the video, is I wanted to be able to take, I'll start with this. I wanted to be able to take the wages and the sponsorship and the gate revenue and compare that with everybody. The reality is with all of the accounting different methods that everybody uses, it's impossible for me to do that with a large enough sample that it's of any value. Everybody reports their turnover, almost everybody. There's a handful of clubs that still haven't filed that I'm digging out, and most of them put their wages. And so taking wages versus income to get a percentage, you really see how strong Wrexham is. 36.89%. That crushes everybody, except for maybe Blackpool at 50%. But what that means to me is there's money in the kitty that if we do get promoted here and the lads want to go on a spending spree, it could get really crazy in the summertime. And I guess that's something to talk about. I'm going to go through the championship and get all those players set up and compare it all. But there still is an opportunity that we can, because I said on the Eat More Chips podcast, their 100th episode, that I thought that we would go up and come back down. That'd be a good poll question if we do go up and come back down. Maybe I hold off on it for now and wait until we get closer and closer to it. Brendan, I'm curious what your thoughts are next year. If we do go up, do you think we hang?
I think we can. I mean, I'm just still nervous about talking too early, right? I'm feeling confident, but still. I think we have the potential. When you look at the other teams that have gone up and how well they played and, where they ended up, look where Oxford ended up and they came in through the playoffs, right? So, I think we have players that have the experience to be able to get enough points to stay up. Obviously, we would need a good, 5 really good signings, but I think Yeah, I think we could do well enough to stay up.
Yeah, and that's I'm hoping for that. It'll be interesting to see what happens up. Don't want to look at the teams that are at the bottom and who's coming down and who's coming up, but we'll see what's at. And I still think that we have players that are on this roster who haven't really featured yet that can still do damage even if we do go up. Mo Fall being at the top of the list. George Evans, I still think has the moxie to play even a division up. So I'm with you. 5 signings, all that. Only need 21st to stay up. Wrexham can definitely do that. And that's where it is. Sam says Robin Ryan will invest. I think we hit lower mid table and tie a knot in the rope, and that's what it is for me. Is just get us to 21st, and it's going to be a different season. I mean, we're used to 20 some wins and a whole lot of fun and late minute magic and all that sort of stuff. I think we're going to be looking at.
We're going to be celebrating draws.
Yeah. Almost double the losses to our wins, right? It's going to be getting points in half the games. Just getting points in half the games being the magic. So a completely different experience. Nick doesn't think Fall or Evans will cut it. Interesting. I think Fall for sure. I think Mo Fall, I mean, he's 23.
Yeah, young doesn't mean he has the quality though, right?
No, I think he's got it. I mean, I was right with Marriott, but I've been wrong on others. So we'll see. Call it 50-50. Flip a coin. Maybe we can get more championship players with us being in the championship. I'm sure that we will, right? And this is where I look at Michael Williamson and say, that whole like drinking from a fire hose nonsense, figure it out and get your freaking training ground going. If the money's there, the lads know they got to spend it, then that's on you. And just picking out the property and getting it started. Like the academy is a different beast because the academy, you've got so many different, like the regulations for the academy are like 80, 90, 100 pages. It's so rote. You've got to have this person and that person and this person and that person. And it's a lot of wages and a lot of setup. But the training ground is find a piece of property and build it. That's it. That's it. I want to wait until I get a spade in the ground with a cough. Why? Build it. Build it. Yeah, John, and the counter to that is a lot of people say that, they want to have a designated training ground and they want to be taken care of, and it's a little bit more posh. Not that kind of posh, but the regular kind of posh. And they want to know about your training ground and they want to know what their day-to-day is going to look like. And for some, it may be a deciding factor if they're on the razor's edge of Wrexham or another squad. And so now the real question is which team will allow us to get promoted this season? Haven't gone through this one underway here shortly. There's balls in the spot. We're watching Charlton, Lincoln City. Charlton and red go from right to left. Lincoln City from left to right. We're going to be talking the game. We're going to be talking about the season that is. We're going to be talking about the upgrade. So hang with us, like button down below, and I'll give you the start time as soon as I get a shout here. We are underway. Just dealing with stuff. So 20 seconds in. So I'm still. Oh, well, that didn't take long. Jesus. Stockport up 1-0 on Exeter. That's less than a minute in, I'm sure. So I don't know if you have the run-in of games graphic that you can throw up to answer that question. We can throw up what's left for both sides there, Brendan. That's from
I had that up earlier when we were talking.
Yeah, let's put it up on this one too. And this is the one that has us, Wickham, Charlton, and Stockport with the run-in.
It's on the screen.
All right. So no game for us on Tuesday. Charlton's going to have they're playing their makeup game today. Stockport playing their makeup game today. But Wickham still has one game in hand. They'll knock that off on Tuesday. But as far as our next game, so we're away to Wigan. We're at home to Bristol. We're away to Blackpool, who Blackpool's been on forms recently. So that's not going to be an easy one. Home to Charlton, and then away to Lincoln City. And so if you want to start to look at, if we need to get to 87 points, Do we have 2 wins out of there? Well, you'd like to think that we can Wigan away and Bristol at home. Does that get us there in and of itself? I guess we'll find out. But I mean, a large measure of where we're going to sit for this one is dependent on the games today. I mean, if Stockport win as they're up 1-0 and Charlton ekes out a point, they're at 74, 73 points. That's a big gap that still exists and helps push us onward, as it were. So leave that one up there so everybody can say there. Barnsley with a red card early. What's going on in the EFL today? Early red cards, early goals. And so Birmingham, and are they in clinch mode here pretty soon? I guess not totally, 8 points back. But you sit there and you look at Birmingham, and there's not a person in this chat, I'm sure, that thinks that there is any way in hell, I mean, form aside, that we're making up 8 points to get up to them, right? Well, you look at Stockport 10 points behind and Charlton 9 points behind, and you got to start to wonder, do they really think that they're making the push? Like, to me, it's Wickham because of the proximity, but we'll see what happens after this one, I suppose. Mary to start, just needed to get match sharpness and confidence. Think he's good now. I'm with you. He seems to be healthy. He's got the moxie. It's not like it is last season where they kept running him out and he couldn't score. That's a flop. Oh, the Lino calls it. Wrexham is like the San Francisco 49ers of the 1980s, a well-run organization with owners willing to invest that top players want to come and play for. Dave, I'm with you on owners. I'm with you on players. I am not with you on a well-run organization. I'm not. I follow still, and I know that they say I follow is an EFL thing, but you've had an entire season to figure it out. The training ground's not there. The academy's an afterthought. Whoa, I thought that was going in. Opportunity for Charlton early, 4 minutes in, small left footer, trying to curl that one in, smash it into the left-hand side, just missed by a couple of feet. DeAndre thinks it'll be Blackpool where we will clinch. An away day. Would love it to be the Rovers. Absolutely. I am all for. So that one, DeAndre says, would love it to be at the Rovers, though. And then W&G says Stockport at 4th place. A point up, 74. 7 points with 5 games left to try to make up. It scares me a little for next season, given that they're far from the best Championship League club, and we will be thrown in with that crowd. Yeah, perspective. But there is, I mean, you get into the Championship and certainly into the Prem, and there's a massive divide between top and bottom. Like the teams at the top of the Championship are all rip roaring ready to go into the Prem, and I would suggest that once you get to like about 9th or 10th, there's a bit of a canyon between the quality of those teams at the top. You always get surprises, but it's solid football. I mean, you've got the Blackpool Rovers who have been in the Championship for how long? Quality side, right? And they can go anywhere from playoff spot down to mid-table. Where are they right now? And right now they're sitting at 12th, mind you, a five-game losing streak. Valid points, but my gut tells me they'll address those points. After all, 3 years ago they were in the National League. And I get that. And I understand that with the academy, and I understand that with the COP. I mean, the COP has taken a little bit of time and they blame it on bureaucratic stuff and whatever. Fine. The absence of the training ground, though. And if the team wasn't making any money, or the shareholders were a little bit nervous because they had their 15 million quid in and hadn't got it back, I'd digest that. But the shareholders have paid themselves off. Rob and Ryan are fine. All it involves is finding land and buying it. It's not like Wrexham, and it's 130, 140,000 people has all of this land that's available or not available. You know what you can get. So go out and get it. And build your little center. Currently, we spend 10 million on players, and we have to get to 100 million on players. Yeah, and I don't have a comment for that until I start to go through the numbers and start to digest where everybody's at in their wage rate to turnover. As Lincoln City into the area, left footer, his ball's loose, just cleared in the nick of time as it's Lincoln City applying some pressure. And a nice little stab of the ball there, and that's going to go for a goal kick. Oh, I said Blackpool Rovers, Blackburn. Thank you, John. Early morning wake-ups. I knew better than that. When you look at next season, I mean, there are Burnley and Sheffield currently in the position to go up, and Leeds United's right sitting around them. Oh, hi, Bubs. You want to come and say hi?
I woke up.
You woke up. Good.
It's sunny.
It is sunny. You want to come up?
Yeah. I say, oh.
You want to say hello? Here, I'll have to show you Brendan so that you recognize that you're actually being seen by people. There's Brendan.
Hello.
Tough start to the morning walking in here and having that big bright light on you.
It's bright.
So Dave, with the
That
whole,
is bright.
it is bright. With the whole tariff situation, I've had to lose 3 things that are very important to me, and Stoke Cold Brew is one of them. Lucky Charms, Stoke Cold Brew, and Twizzlers are the 3 things that really, really, really hurt, and I'm struggling with. Everybody's saying hi. Do you want to say hi, Deandra?
And
Draw? I'm sure she'll take draw. Charlton, throw in. Lincoln City going to head it the other way.
red is winning.
Red is winning. We don't want red to win this one. We want white to win this one.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, you can cheer for the bad guys then.
No. Blue is winning.
Okay. Well, are you going to go snuggle up to Mom soon? No? All right. Go back to the chat. Just keep there. John's got the summary all in point. Just keep winning and it's all moot. Sam, what a second half. I love both long. To Sam's point, Brendan, were we right? Could we manage this club? Barnett and Longman together?
I don't know. I think that would work. I'd like that.
Yeah, you want to take over, and when Parky's done, we'll just slide in there, and the two of us will, try to run a practice.
Yeah, I have no problem not knowing what I'm doing.
All right, just pay us enough money and get ready to fire us early.
We can just clap a lot and go, yeah, go ahead, run those drills.
Well, one of us should be good cop, bad cop, so somebody's got to take care of the enthusiasm.
Yeah,
we can figure that out, I'm sure.
I know how to spew F-bombs everywhere, so I got half of Parky's knowledge covered.
Those are cute ones. Those are cute.
What's cute?
These.
Oh, the keyboard.
No. This.
Yeah, that's what it is.
These buttons.
Not much in this one. 10 minutes, 11 minutes in, sort of just back and forth through the midfield, other than the one real chance that Lincoln City had on the then they're going left to right. Nothing much to be shared, as that was an attempt to get all the way in, and then Lincoln City just grabs and goes the other way. It really is a box-to-box game, and just as I say that, it's grabbed and crossed over, and it bounces around. Lincoln City flips it straight up in the air. It's an opportunity, misses the volley, and then misses the half volley. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Now I got the players all up. Opportunity cross. Oh, big save. Wickens diving over to his left to stop that. Is just what I said. It was box to box with nothing much in it. I get Barry whiffing on an opportunity. on a full volley. Small behind him misses on his, and then an absolute blast from about 22 yards out. Called the questions on Wickens. How about you go snuggle up to Mama and maybe watch some Peppa? Okay. Love you.
Mama.
In the bed. And close the door, please. Close the door, please. Close it. Thank you. Oh boy. I would really love for Lincoln City to be able to take 3 points away from here. I just think the idea of handling this early rather than late would give me so much comfort. Watching games and celebrating the run-in, being able to see Evans and Fall, and maybe even last game of the season against Charlton. Let's clinch it early in Blackpool, and then we can have Palmer and Mullen come out for a run. Wouldn't that be the crazy dream?
That would be nice.
What would your roster look like if we had everything clinched for the last home game of the year? McLean on the left, Barney on the right, Palmer, Mullen up front, Lee, Evans.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to not have your captain play, right? Like to finish the season and enjoy it. It is at home, right? Against Lincoln?
Charlton. The last day of the season is away to Lincoln City. So
it's away at Lincoln. Okay, so last home game is Charlton. Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah.
Now we're just getting really ridiculous here. We realize that.
Yeah, but we didn't even talk about Palmer and Mullen. Like, do you bring them back in? And Evans, like, do you let any of those guys hit the pitch in the last couple of games?
Well, if we clinch.
Yeah.
If we clinch, they come out. Right, Mo Fall gets Palmer and Mullen up front, but I'd also be okay with Mo Fall coming out to get him some runaround time. I think you put Scar in the back. TOC comes out instead of Brunt. Boyle, maybe you put him out there. Scar, Boyle, TOC.
Yeah, empty the bench.
Yeah, just empty the bench. I think that'd be amazing, but
it's pretty hard for those guys to show up and give it your all in practice to help make the other players better when you don't have a chance of getting out there, right? So pay them back a bit if you can.
Counting all the chickens. Cross attempt, Lincoln City not able to get it through. As that was Ring taking his opportunity, and it goes bouncing off. Another corner. Back-to-back corners for Lincoln City. Mannion. This almost seems like a scrimmage. Like you sit there and you watch the corners where there's a lot of pushing and shoving, although the referee is admonishing people here, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of pushing and shoving. And just as I say that, the referee blows it down and comes and brings 4 people out to have a conversation with him. Either my chat's dead or it's died. I'm going to hit the reload button because it does that sometimes. Not the same at all. Oh, are we doing politics in the group? Stephen Reed, Mullen is done. Parkey hates him. I don't think he hates him. I think he's just Parkey's a manager's man. Like he's a manager. He give me my 11 that's going to give me the best chance to win it. If I don't care if you're a superstar or a plug on the bench, if you have a role to play, you're going to have it. And Mullen hasn't had it, so that's where it sits. I had the
game's
wrong.
Not on Paramount Plus right now. If
So
Denise is asking, there's no League One games on.
No League One games where?
On Paramount, if Denise is looking for a Paramount game.
a noble struggle.
Yeah. I'm just staring at screens. I didn't even pay for the game either. So I'm just listening to Sean.
It's just corner after corner. Right now, Lincoln City, the first really to constant pressure. It's been about 3-4 minutes now as this corner is going to come from the left-hand side. Right-footed in-swinger from Ring. Close, flat-headed, scores! Lincoln City. 1-0. It's a glorious day. Like, oh, I love it. Man. It's still early in this one, but if you would have said to me, hey, Wrexham's going to win, Wycombe's going to lose, Charlton's hopefully here, potentially going to lose, how's that for a day? I would have been like beside myself. The impact of this when you have 5-6 games left in a schedule is just massive. That was a glorious header. Like, he was a solid 6 feet away from the near post and a glancing right head contact, sort of sheaths it off the right side of his head. Collins does, and it finds the back of the net. Giselle, I should grade some papers, but I'm not feeling it. I worked my tail off for doing family stuff. Charlton with the attempted answer for doing family stuff so I could free this up, and guilted my wife into taking the boys out this morning. So once they wake up, they're leaving. So I'm going to have lots of time to figure things out. It's a glorious day. Charlton stay at 5th place. Stockport takes over 4th. Crazy. Longer bench and the chips and a full summer training could get Moles back in the mix. I still think he has something in him, right? I still do. If we're going to be doing big small, which I don't see the need why we have to continue to do big small, but whatever. Palmer's not it. And if Mo Fall's not ready, that's still, even with Rodriguez, that's still the answer that you've got to go out and get. And somebody can check. How many years did Rodriguez sign for? 2 with an option? I can't remember, and I don't have a chart. So Lincoln City thrown in 20 minutes coming up. Well, it's 19:30 now. I'm with you, Charles, and having a full year to do his thing. I mean, the question now is it's you're coming back, you're a little bit rusty, and now you've got a two league jump. But if there's somebody that can do it, I still think it's SPM. And so you start to predicate and predict, where do we have to make improvements? If Scar and EOC aren't hit in the middle, potentially there. Is Brunt going to be enough on the left-hand side? Not sure. Who in our midfield other than Rathbone do you think is Lee good enough? Is Matty James and Dobson good enough? Dobson maybe. I think it's performance related, Giselle. I mean, I don't think we'll ever really know, and it's speculation from everybody, but it's Stockport goes up 2-0 on Exeter. So not the perfect Saturday happening so far, but pretty damn close. Brennan, what are your thoughts on the Mullen thing as far as, do you think it's still recovering from injury, him just not finding his form, or do you think it's a conflict with Parkey, or maybe some combination of the two or three?
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely impacted him, the injury, in that he got off to a bad start, and yeah, I think he's a little bit moody, and he gets a little pissy out on that field there, and things didn't go his way from the start, and I just think he let it get to him. He spent way too much time, even for him, kind of like flopping and banging into guys instead of playing hard. And it was annoying the heck out of me. And it could have very easily, someone could have said, look, I'm sick of that BS. Like, start playing and stop that. And, maybe that's why they eventually started pulling him more and more, because he wouldn't just commit physically and just play hard. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he comes back with a fresh perspective. I mean, he's got talent, he's got skill.
Yeah.
I don't know that he has enough for the championship, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a storyline going into the next season, and I don't disagree with you at all with your assessment of him. I also, Ben Smith, and to have that point too, is you almost need some sort of sports psychologist to come out and just say, stop it with, like, when the time is opportune, go ahead and do it, but you can't be spending as much time on the floor, on the deck, as you are on your feet. And I think that's part of the frustration with his game. And I think it takes out of his performance. He's got the quality, at least in this league, I think, to be able to go and fill the back of the net. So we'll see where it's at. On the doco, whenever Moles is underperforming, he works harder. Watch this space. Yeah. I'm not one to count him out. And I hope he does get his opportunity. If he doesn't, I hope that we secure everything and he can get out and have a run out and go out with a bang.
We've got to see Sam Smith and his aggressiveness up front, his physical play, and his incredibly good timing runs where he's not getting called off sides. There was more frustrating than him flopping and wasting opportunities was the fact that he would regularly not be timed up with people and be offsides from the start, or he wouldn't get back on side when we'd steal the ball and chip it to him. And then he couldn't go after it. Like, it just felt like too many missed opportunities. Not even talking about the sitters that he had that he kept missing in key moments. Like, that can happen, I guess, to anybody. But when you see Smith, you're like, see, this isn't that hard to time the ball up and not be offsides. Like, look at how many more opportunities Smith gets that you didn't get.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. We've got Makama, their right. What would you call him? They play a 4-2-3-1. So one of the right winger, I suppose you'd call him, injured himself, and so he's coming off. And what we did miss, and I didn't talk about this, is Ramsey for Charlton made probably one of the nicest sliding tackles I have seen in the box, in the area on a break in years. Dangerous one, sort of, because if you get it wrong, that's a pen. But he came through and completely stripped the ball off the Lincoln City player, and away they went. Rotherham up 1-0 on Blackpool. Football players should be able to get up to speed in season, having no preseason only carries him so far. Yeah, and we saw that with Marriott, right? Well, I guess Marriott was playing, but when he joined Wrexham, that January window's tough because you're coming in variety of different forms. You're joining a new club. You got to get settled in, figure out your role, and it just takes some time. The questions for me, I think, going into next season, and this is on both, is can we get away from the big and small? Like, somebody explained to me why a 5-3-2 has to have a big and a small. Surely to God, you can have two pit bulls up front. Like, you want to have Smith and Marriott, or Smith and Moles, or Smith and another player of that ilk that can, just buzzsaw and do everything. Why not? I get it for the set pieces. It certainly helps to have a giant in there. But why can't, and that's just it. Charles just said serious pace with Marriott. Why can't you just have two pacey guys who are just pit bulls up there chasing everything around?
Keep the defense on their heels, like constantly reacting, crisscross, and
twist them up. I mean, you're dealing with big center backs. I guess you can match it strength for strength, or you just go, you know what, we're going to outpace the hell out of these guys. And I suppose the thing is, as you move up a level, you're not going to get people who might not be as quick a fleet of foot. As we've got a long throw into the box from Lincoln City, the Tozer bomb doesn't work, easily headed away there. That's got to be the sub that just came in. Who is that? I saw the wrong number then. We'll need more pace in the chips. I think at some positions, certainly, but do I think Longman has the pace to be in the chips? Well, he was there, and the whole City fans liked him for everything but his crossing. So I think he's got it. I think Marriott's got it. I think I think Brunt and Clueworth are fine for mobilities on your back line. I think in certain positions we're okay. Just for reference as well, as Stockport sitting there staring up 2-0 up against Exeter City, which is potentially death nail to their any hopes that they've had, if they've had any hopes. They probably shouldn't have sitting at 48 points, not playing for anything. But Stockport now just 3 behind us on goal differential. Barney has it. And that's who I was thinking about, Elliot Lee. He's got a lot of... He's agile as all hell, but not top-end speed. Elliot Lee is a player that I have.
And he got knocked off the ball a lot this year physically. I don't think he can hang in the championship.
No, that's one of the positions that. I mean, if I look at the midfield, Rathbone I'm comfortable with in the championship. Dobson to me is a maybe or has a role. After that, who? I mean, Cannon, Evans, Matty James. I don't know. I think our midfield is probably the position that we have to figure it out.
Upgrade the most.
With us. What a beautiful morning. Sorry, Brendan, I cut you off.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I'm comfortable on our wings, Charles. You got Barney on one side, Longman on the other. Both of them pacey. McLean, I think, has a role, but I don't think he's on the pitch as much. I think it's like our midfield is the one that needs to get massive changes. Wickham already lost today, but they've got another game on Tuesday. So if you're talking about that, but they played the same time as we did, and they ended up, due to a penalty, losing 1-0. And so we'll see how they do against Huddersfield. They still have a game in hand, and they'll play that on Tuesday. Birmingham still has 3 games in hand? Jesus. Oh, that's an interesting shout, John. Revan with more training. I mean, he's young and he's got ability. And I also think he needs a sports psychologist too, to let him know that he's got the confidence that he doesn't just have to, in a phone booth to try to beat somebody. He can just take him with his speed.
He's not going to be able to body anybody. He gets ruined that way. He's got to start getting space.
Charlton making a press here out wide, and poor touch given away. Who is this? 20? Oh, it's 26. The shorts made it look like 24, so that's small. Had an opportunity, just absolutely gave that one away and missed touch on a long switch pass, and it bounces off. Our worries of Wickham beating Huddersfield are no longer. Well, I mean, Huddersfield, talk about falling off the map. How are they doing today? They're still even with Mansfield Town. But you go through Huddersfield's performance recently. I mean, they did beat Crawley Town 5-1, but they lost to Lincoln City. They got smashed by Charlton 4-0. They beat the tar out of Crawley Town 5-1. But they lost to Bristol Rovers. They lost to us. Late goal, magic, right in front of me. It was amazing. Not offside. And then they beat Stevenage. So their last five games, they've just fallen off of it. They lost to Wigan. They lost to Peterborough. They really, since February, they've had 2 wins? Not at all. You want Huddersfield to win that. Give Huddersfield the points on the Tuesday match. I mean, I can put a poll up to that effect if we wish. But Huddersfield's sitting at 62 points. They win out, all including today. I guess they have 6 left, so 18. The best to get to 8 points. Huddersfield can't catch us. Huddersfield can't catch us, so they can take the points as Charlton making a push, headed into the box, can't get it cleared away. And Charlton now 31 minutes, 40 seconds, and advancing it forward to Gillespie. Slides it over to the right. McIntyre back to Gillespie. 35 yards, pushing forward, switch on across into the box from distance, headed down. It's laying there. Opportunity knocked away by Lincoln City. Cleared and wiped out. Oof. In hockey, that's a penalty. Guy went low and the other player came over top and took him out. Brum goes up 1-0 on Barnsley. Barnsley down a man. So write that one off. That's going to be... Holy crap, Mr. Smalls. Score this just to make it a highlight. Oh, holy cow, didn't. He had 3 players on him, and he steps 1 foot on the ball, turns around, spins, breaks through all 3, makes it into the 18-yard box, left footer, and then misses it over top of the net. Whoop, 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 whoop. Holy crap. That was the best individual effort that I've seen that didn't lead to a goal. Is he just disgustingly good, but just couldn't score it. Couldn't score it. If that would have gone in, that would have been goal of the season in League One, without a doubt. Jesus. And that looked like it was deflected out. No, they're not giving a corner. How did Huddersfield make £5 million? What was fascinating to me about their stuff, and I'm going through it, and I'm hoping I get the chance to do this after that while the kids are out and doing their thing today, is for Huddersfield is they went from 32 million down to 18, but they never adjusted their wages. In fact, their wages are higher than they were when they made 31 million back in 2022. They're spending at 111% of their turnover. And that's wages, player, and staff. Hey, Barnsley finds one. The fun little game of who can catch us is always fun to play as well. I mean, so we're sitting at 81. Can Leighton Orient 21 points out plus 18. They can't catch us. Huddersfield can't catch us. Bolton can. They could get to 82. So, I mean, that's crazy when you look at it. Is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's not playoff clinch territory. That's the next metric that you could assess if you wanted to. With Reading and them already having played their game and already having 6 left, they can get to 83 points. So that's one step. Brims was a penalty. And they're down a man. So you give them credit early on, punching back. Lincoln City, for the first time, relieving pressure and seeing the other end of the pitch here, coming up to the 35-minute mark. Switch on. Where am I? Entry into the box, thumped away, bounces around. I keep doing that. When I adopt the team that plays against the team I want to lose. It's not we as in my club. It's we as in the team that I want to win. Makes no sense. My pronoun use needs work. Long throw from Lincoln City from left to right. And then it wasn't a long throw. It was thrown short and it wasn't a good one. So it bounces off the feet of Hamilton. He has to get it back crossed into the box, knocked down. Dangerous and well done. This Ramsey guy is a defender. They're right back. Not as good as that kid from Norwich City who's playing with Stockport. But he's made a great tackle, and there he made a great move to get in the way with that one with his hip chest and knock it down and then easily clear on a hard entry pass from the left-hand side. And so Charlton has it, and they're looking to advance. $7 minutes till halftime. God, I just keep looking around the scoreboard and I keep looking at Andy's beautiful graphic with the summary of what's left. I mean, playoff clinch next weekend, potentially.
Dave Foster says he's going to try to get us a video with Mark Griffith saying hi to the whole Red Horde and ask him a couple of questions, do a little interview with them, and then send it to us.
We would love that. It's one of those things. I wanted to meet Mark, and I wanted to meet and say, to all the other people who do podcasts and stuff that, hey, I'm coming over, let's meet. But the first time I went over there, I really, really, really wanted to make it just soak up as much as I could without meeting everybody. You know what I mean? I wanted to catch the pulse. I don't know why. Next time I go over, though, I'm going to be reaching out to everybody in advance and saying, hey, what about this? What about that? Do you want to meet? Do you want to do a thing? Do you want to have a coffee? You want to have a beer? You want to do a video thing? What do you want to do? But not.
Well, it wasn't like you didn't meet with anyone. I mean, you were hanging out with Matt, who you were staying with.
Yeah, Matt at the Racecourse Ramble, who put me up.
And you didn't find Welsh Techie, didn't you find Welsh?
That guy, as far as the podcast, I appreciate his work because of the technical stuff that he knows. Like, as far as understanding the game and talking about the actual on the pitch game, he's the best out of the bunch, I think. You want the news and the story and the pulse and the community and all that sort of stuff, and you've got lots of other options of varying degrees. You want the summaries and all that sort of stuff. I think Eat More Chips does the best one. I think Fearless and Devotion and Rob Ryan Red are both great at sort of the pulse of the community and what it means in the larger culture and football stadium. If you want, if you're having a bad day and you just want to be picked up, me, myself, and the wife in Wrexham. There's lots of options out there. Rousey, if you want to have a couple of laughs. Josh, if you want to just have what's going on any given day, because he's on there quite frequently. There's lots of stuff out there.
Yeah, and you got the Red Horde if you want an ignorant American making fun of a Canadian.
Yeah, well, that's just standard procedure, isn't it? The only difference is for decades we were like, yeah, that's kind of whatever. Ha, sorry, eh? And now we're like, it's been a fascinating time. It really has. And not without some amazing surprises. I had no idea that like pillar sausages, which because you got to get Canadian pepperonis and stuff now, are so damn good. Like the Buy Canada product thing has been fascinating to find out. I've had to change my browser. Now I didn't use it for today because it's a little bit more familiar to me. I can't even remember what the browser is that I went with. But they like plant trees and they make like 3 million euros. It's crazy. I'd have to look it up, and I can't do it doing this. But yeah, and the fact that it's election time, and you know what it's like down in the U.S. We're kind of having a sort of a U.S. style election between, even though we have multi parties, it's not going to be a multi-party election this time. It's really down to 2. So it's a fascinating time to be a part of the universe, but it's nice to have this distraction with Wrexham. 40 minutes.
Yeah, W&G pointing out how Peterborough looked like crap. Northampton was up 1-0 before the red card at least, and now it's 3-0.
You know what was fascinating to me, and I didn't really realize it until I went to FBref and was putting together the graphics that I didn't send you this morning because I slept in. But I went and checked out the goals for the year. And now, mind you, a lot of games have been played today. Wickham, one of them, Blackpool, Birmingham City. But where do you think Posh sits on goals for in the standings? Total goals for, rank them 1 through 24.
I don't know. I mean, I would have expected 17-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, they're 5th, tied for 4th.
Wow.
61 goals. That's more goals than us. That's 5 more goals than us this season with 1 less game. The difference, our goal differential, we're a plus 24 because we've only allowed 32. They are a minus 5, having allowed 66 goals.
That's awful.
Awful. And I don't know how I missed that, especially because I don't like Posh. So I would have liked to have known that fact to be able to make fun of them. But I guess they're so posh they don't like defense. Lincoln City with it in the area brings it back out, an opportunity for a cross, right-footed high lift, and that was a horrible cross, but it's knocked back, a cut back header, and then a piss poor clearance. And here we go back into the crosses are horrible, and then stopped and stayed in play on the corner flag. So Lincoln City maintaining control here. Man, I'm glad Lincoln City scored their goal early because their entries into the boxes, this guy just smashes it off of the Charlton defender, and we're going to get a corner here for Lincoln City. Is they've had like 3 deplorable crosses in a row. And would I lie to you, Giselle? I wouldn't lie to you.
Again, you and I aren't as passionate about the rivalries and stuff as the true Wrexhamites, but I remember when we were going to Shrewsbury playing them in one of the trophy games, and them talking all sorts of smack and how we were, in a lower league and we couldn't handle them and they had more quality and all of that. And now we make it up to the same league as them, and now we're going up and they're going down another league. Times really changed from a couple of years ago.
Well, it's an interesting dynamic if you get the promotion because, let's just put this into perspective. We're going from Chester as the primary rival, right? And long will we hate Chester. But then it's Tranmere with Stockport and Notts kind of, one wanting to be rivals of timing, whatever you want to call them. But really, Tranmere, Crew, maybe? No, not really. Tranmere. And then you go up a league and you've got Shrewsbury. You've gone from Chester being your potential rival through to Shrewsbury, through Tranmere, and now you're potentially going to have Swansea and Cardiff next year.
Yeah,
potentially. I say that because we have to go up, and Cardiff is under threat of going down.
Yeah, having 3 Wales teams in the same league together.
I want Cardiff to stay up just because it'd be fun. They're even right now, by the way. Stoke City right above them is losing, and so if Cardiff City is able to find something against QPR, they could jump ahead of QPR and be out of the relegation zone for the first time in a while. Derby County certainly went on a run. 4 wins in a row. They were down in the relegation zone, and now they've moved up as they're leading right now. 24, 23, 22, 21, 2019, 19th.
Yeah, I did peek. There's a couple of those teams that are at or near relegation, and they have a super easy run, and others have all the 4 or 5 of the top 6 teams. You know what I mean? So there's some obvious moving around that's going to take place there.
Yeah, I just wanted to check something here too. Oh, that's the women's archive. I didn't want the women's archive. We Stevenage, we played for the first time ever this year. The big news would be if Leeds doesn't make it up. They're sitting right now. Sheffield's losing. As it currently sits, down 1-0 to Oxford. But Burnley's at 84 points, Sheffield's at 83, Leeds at 82, and then you've got a drop of 7 points to Sunderland. If Leeds doesn't get promoted, we will have our first ever in the history of Wrexham, their first ever competitive match against Leeds United next year. That should be the season opener.
That'd be nice, yeah. Now, how can you not open the season against one of the Wales teams?
No, it's got to be Leeds. We'll fight about it. We'll make a poll out of that. So Leeds United, any Wales team, Swansea or Cardiff, or do we list both of them, or is there somebody else?
Yeah, I think us against Swansea or or us against Cardiff would be.
Is it facetious if we go up? Do I put this in here? Is it rude? Is it arrogant? Start a poll. If we go up. You know what? They always make it though. The season opener is always a long travel game. It seems to me, like if I remember correctly, it's like, okay, well, we're starting off, so we're going to get you to get rid of while the season is fresh and everybody's got fresh legs. It's like they pick the teams furthest away from you because you're going to get excited about it anyway because it's the opener, and then we can worry about whoever's going to play afterwards. But what's the best season opener? And I'm going to go. I'll put all three. We'll see.
Do they give us a home opener?
No, because I think the idea of going to Leeds is just as delicious as playing at home.
Well, if you're ever going to beat, like, I think there's more upsets at the beginning of the season than any other time. So, yeah, give us some, brutal away games early and hope we draw or get some points that we don't deserve.
I'll put that out there. We are 10 away from 2,600. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, that would be amazing to do it. We're into the extra time here. Another corner from Lincoln City. The pressure has been on. Going far post. Opportunity. Headed back into the box. Volley. Oh, great save. Who asked the questions of Manning, who has to dive to his right. And I missed who took that, but right on the outside of the area. And there's the whistle. Holy jumping. Was that House? One 0. That's another good shout there. Welsh Derby on St. David's Day. Lee. Checking in. Sorry, Lee, I missed that comment from you. I was there for the Burton game. First half was dull. Second half was special. You don't know this, Lee, but really what it took was the toque went on. And as soon as the toque went on, roses.
Where was Lee sitting? Lee, tell us where you were sitting, because Dave Foster was there on the tech end on the second row.
Charles, that would be good. I can't believe that we could face Swansea and Cardiff in both men's and women's league next season. Just crazy, right? I never looked. How's Swansea doing in the bottom four? Are we sure who? Adrian Premier. Full match schedule tomorrow. Swansea's was Aberystwyth. And I'm looking for the playoff table here. Swansea sitting at 31 points, haven't gone on a run against everybody at the bottom of the table. And Cardiff Met clearly out of it, so no competition there. And let's just see who comes back up to replace them. That's surprising to me on the women's side. Cardiff Met, 6-time champion. They'll be past, or no, sorry, they're tied with Swansea for 6. I think for Cardiff City, is this their 3rd or their 4th?
I'm not sure.
One of the two. But I always
he
thought
had coffee. He went and got his caffeine.
So I missed that. Sorry, Brendan.
Oh, that John Olsen said, I can't believe Sean survived the match without caffeine.
Well, I slept in for an extra hour and a half, so I was well rested, ready to go. Hold on, I got to just do something on my end here.
I have the table up, by the way.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Oh, shoot. Just 1 second.
Well, if so, Rotherham's one up on Bolton. On Blackpool. That's actually good if they can keep Blackpool from getting any points, and I don't know, Bolton or Huddersfield probably Bolton. If Bolton gets a win, it pretty much seals the deal for Bolton. They may not be too anxious to play hard against us.
For Blackpool being eliminated from the potential of getting up into the 6th spot. There's still lots of room there. Just 1 second. Yes.
And I don't mind Huddersfield winning today.
I was doing downstairs.
Oh, they don't play till Tuesday.
Okay, you want to say hi?
Downstairs. Hi.
Hold on. You gotta sit up here. Oh, here's the eldest.
Hi.
Hi.
You haven't made it on in a while. You're getting all big since the last time everybody saw you. Okay, you're gonna go see Mom?
That will cost you 1 chip.
That'll cost me 1 chip for breakfast. 1 chip. Go find Mom. Oh, Walter. Here you go. Walter. Don't tell Mom. Oh, close the door. Close. I try to run this professional unit here, make sure everything's organized, and I didn't share this, and I'll share this on when there's not as many people around, just because it's kind of a cool story and for everybody that's here. So the interesting thing about the eldest, we put him into it like this acting program. I'm busy. We put him into this acting program to help him out with emotions, and not really to be an actor by any stretch of the imagination, but they did a demo reel, and he got reached out to by like a ton of agencies. And so he has landed with Canada's top acting agency, and he's done a short film, and I guess child labor. I've got my kid working. He's doing things. So that's kind of cool on a go forward. So we'll see what happens with that whole process. What do I talk about here? I'm still in shock that this is the day that is.
You want to talk about craziness here in our chat now, in the Red Horde chat. We went from purposely not talking about the championship, right? We holding off. A couple times you wanted to start the conversation, and I kept going, no, don't jinx us.
Yeah. Today
I don't say anything. We let everyone go wild, thinking, grandiose thoughts about the championship, and we have people arguing about call-ups, international call-ups that we should be concerned about. That's how far we've gone. You and I were talking about starting who's gonna be on the team and what we're gonna have as a first game. We're covering everything in this game right here. Like we're not gonna have as much.
I feel like not as many people here, right? So we can get away with it. We're not throwing it all out into the universe. It's just we're just spitballing.
It's just us.
Just us having a little what if conversation, and I'm all good for it. I'm just trying to check something here.
Actually, you know what would be an interesting conversation too? I know they have enough money, but I don't know how much our latest partners in Wrexham ownership, how much they want to spend. Do we have to add another big name owner to handle the championship price tag, or are we going to be okay?
I mean, I don't have the insight as to the Allen family. I mean, they've got billions of dollars. So do they have the money? Yes. There's been reports of something like, 500,000 million investments and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. There's 5% is owned by Necaxa Group, which so there's some money there that's available should it so be. I mean, you look at things, the club's paid off the shareholder loans, The value is there. Like the club is in an impeccable financial situation, and only getting better. So can I see it? Yeah. The F1 Alpine team, is there potential from investors for there? I mean, the guys are connected, and I think the answer to that question is it depends on what the Allen family wants to do. And if they want to step up with all of it, then great. And if they don't, I mean, for Rob and Ryan, the welcome to Wrexham revenue is just gravy on top of this whole thing. But they're covered. So I don't know. I think the question is do they, any investor that's coming in now really is going to have to step up with a desire and an interest in doing more.
The positive thing is if we get into the championship, we might be able to make enough money to finish off the Ryan Reynolds Park in Wrexham.
The Ryan Reynolds Bar?
Park.
Oh, Park, yes, which I walked past and it's pretty nondescript at the moment.
Yeah, obviously, like very much like our training ground and all of that, we can't afford to those kind of great expenditures.
Yeah.
We can't. Maybe we'll be able to start updating the team website with recent pictures and updates of our players for the women's team. That would be nice.
I still think that it's hilarious that if you Google Wrexham iFollow, you don't get, like, you can still go to the 404 that doesn't forward.
Yeah.
Like there's just, it's little things like that it's
you could just allow a fan to do it. There'd be a fan excited to keep the sites up, up to date with decent stuff. You know
right?
What I mean? Like you wouldn't even have to pay anybody, and you can't,
Yeah. I believe we're going to go up, but needs to focus on stacking wins. A couple missteps, and this could tighten up. Also, Stockport could win out as they're mostly playing teams with not much to play for. And yes, if you go back to that graphic and you look at things, they've got Exeter City today, nothing to play for. Rotherham, nothing to play for. Peterborough, nothing to play for. Huddersfield might have, I mean, yet to be seen. Wickham at the end of things, they could be resting for the playoffs. Right, depending on where they're at with things, and so I mean that could be a well-managed game for opportunity in the future. So you're right, but to Andy's point earlier, and I say point, he made this point in a graphic. Is
well, see, so the Stockport number, right, at 74 points, that's where I'm saying we need to get to 90 and not 87 or 89.
Well, if they win out, they get to 89 points. Stockport has to win out to get to 89 points.
Yeah.
Do you think they're winning all of them?
No, I'm just, even if they do, I don't, wait a minute. Can they only get to 89?
They can only get to 89 points. So not after this game, they have 5 games left. That's 15 points. 15 plus 74 is 89 points.
Okay.
So 5-1-0, and this is on Andy's little graphic. If you wanted to bring this up, this is an exceptionally helpful little spreadsheet that he put together. Is that 5-1-0 puts them at 87 points.
Okay.
That's assuming they don't have a single loss in the run-in.
In one draw. Okay.
And so to me, 87 points probably gets it done. The goal differential with Stockport is 3 points. Only 3 points that we're up on. But I mean, they drop a game and it's guaranteed it's 87 points, at least as far as we're dealing with Stockport. For Charlton, I mean, they're now, depending on what happens in the second half here, the most that they're going to be able to get with the loss is 87 points. That's their max. And so it's bumped. The games so far today have brought the ceiling down from 89 points down to 87. And we're 3 points closer to it. So 6 points. 6 points.
Yep.
And that's not math. No, that would be mathematically clinching. Like we there's the potential here. This is how fast this could happen. You want to talk about the bad news and potentially we've been spooking everything talking about the championship. But the reason why I feel a little bit comfortable talking about it is we could end up clinching here really bloody quick with just a couple of shock results. Stockport loses a game and they cemented at 87. Charlton loses again. They're now out of it. It's now down to 84. Wickham, loses to Huddersfield. That's another 3 points off of the max that they can get to. To me, it still really is Wickham with the game in hand that is most likely to catch us. And I just don't think that they have the ponies. And I think that we could be staring not next weekend, but the weekend after at clinch scenarios. Do I think that we'll necessarily clinch on the first opportunity we have? No. But we'll be talking clinch scenarios here. And that's freaky deaky to me.
Yeah. Again, if we can get the 3 wins, worst case, if we, that's not the worst case, but you could survive a draw at Wickham and then 2 wins. Then you still have to get some points off of Lincoln or Charlton, presuming those other teams, essentially win out.
Yeah, we're almost getting ready here. So if you have your finger on the button here, I'm going to just address the question here. Just 1 second. Before we get this half underway.
Say when.
We are underway. Sorry, we just got started. I just had something come up here, so I'm just dealing with that. Come on. Okay, I'm back. So we're at 45-30, 45-35 right now. Lincoln City going from right to left, Charlton from left to right. And just to address Sam's thing, they'll probably have to wait 2 years for council approval to build the park/training ground. And that's exactly the issue. Buy the damn land. You know what land is available that could hold a pitch. So buy the damn land. At least secure that. I really don't get the whole I'm going to wait until the spade gets put in the ground of the cop until you get there. No, and you have the added advantage of you're familiar with, you being Wrexham and also the CEO, familiar with the people who are responsible for making the decisions on land use planning. So get the opportunity to do it now while you were familiar with everybody in the process. Don't have somebody else come in and be like, do we have to send this? Do we have to send that? What's the status? Send it now. I don't know. Three wins, 3 losses in our last 6 gets us to 90, 1 win down. Yeah, and I don't think we need to do that. We need 2 wins. 2 wins in our last 5.
We have 5 games left, so 3 and 2.
2 in our last 5 gets us there. It's 87. It has to be 87. Wickham, if they suddenly found form, I guess could ruin that as a party and delay it past the 87. But I can't see it. And they'll be playing for a Huddersfield that's still fighting. And there was somebody who made the comment, and I missed it, that said those teams at the bottom still do love to beat a team that's got a promotion opportunity, shattering dreams. But man, for Wickham, you go through Huddersfield. Stevenage is not playing for anything. And then you've got Bolton playing for stuff, Charlton playing for stuff. And so unless it gets to the point where they're just the playoff picture is set, and teams are managing their squads to just try to optimize for the playoffs, talented players with knocks are out. Young kids are getting a start to see if they can, bust in and be ready if they're called upon, that sort of thing. But both squads will be on the same thing. It's just it's an interesting time. Yeah, no, Andy, I appreciate that. I'm not expecting Stockport to win out. I was just making a case for no, and I'm all for opportunity. Missed the tackle at Lincoln City. Scores 2-0. An absolutely botched tackle, and Collins just shifts the ball to the left, runs in past the 18-yard box, all alone, just has to pick a spot, puts it in the left corner. 2-0, Lincoln City.
Well, this is at Charlton too.
At the Valley in Charlton.
They were talking all that, and then they went ahead and overlooked Lincoln.
I don't know who botched this tackle, but that's Collins' second of the day. Oh, no, yeah, second of the day. Long ball down the right-hand side. It's chested down by House. Collins gets it, and who is this? 15. McIntyre. Just lazy defending, did this unnecessary long reach, and Collins wasn't even a move. He just knocked it down once and got it right past him. Now he's got a free open lane to run 8-9 yards in front and slap the ball in from 16 yards away past the keeper. Easy as. Like, that's McIntyre. Who are you? 26 years of age, Scott, in the center of your defense, and he just got abused. Embarrassed on that one. We got tears going on. Kim, you're still looking to... I mean, I'll take it. I will take it, but I like my clinch scenarios. Charlton cross just skiffed off the top of the head and going to go harmlessly out, and Charlton's going to maintain possession and try to advance it forward from the midline. Well, they've got lots of bodies still up in the box, not able to do that, and that'll be Lincoln City looking to settle control, and back come the center backs on the refresh. John Wright, we're all Imps fans today. Charlton's been funny. I mean, that game that we had against them early in the season, I didn't think they looked that good, but they've had other games that I've watched Charlton probably more than I think any other squad this year. They've had games where they've looked like absolute world beaters. And then do you remember that Charlton-Rotherham game? Was it Charlton-Rotherham or was it Huddersfield-Rotherham? I can't remember.
Isn't Charlton the one with like Campbell who's out today?
But it was just... at times they've looked like worse than average. Hot and cold. Birmingham finally cracks the 10-men Barnsley for their second goal.
But they're very good strikers out today too, I think. Right?
Yeah. And then it's Charlton from their center back just with a long pass over to the wing and misses Small by 10 feet. So out come two subs at the 52nd minute. Down 2-0. You got to have somebody stir the drink. Barry coming off, who I haven't said his name at all. And McIntyre coming off. Is this Kaheen Dixon? I think it is. I think we deserved the 3 points there, and we were robbed with the bad call. But the thing is I always find that those pen calls just even themselves out. Like, no point getting all huffy in the moment. I know that it sucked, and you could look at it at the end of the season, and if you lost 2 points, and be like, that was the moment. But we've had a couple go one way, and it just sort of happens. Man, what a fascinating day. This league is just—it's crazy, and it's only going to get crazier, I guess. But the natural occurring dynamics of the table, people in form, not in form, Who's doing what? Oh, a nice little touch through, and here comes Lincoln City, 18-yard box, right-footed. Wow. Failed on the final delivery. Yes, sir. Well. That was Jeffries, who did all of the work. Nice little pass through, makes it through. He's got one man to beat, curls around him, and then right foots it and misses it probably about 5 feet too high and 10 feet too far to the far side, to the left side. Oh. Oh, the keeper with an extra little touch there. He ended up making the forward look a little silly, who went for a flyby and then ended up taking a dive, a flailing tackle to try and sweep the ball away without making contact with the keeper. But the keeper almost gave it away. And just another, I'm sorry, Charlton, like, who is this? That was that sub that they brought in, wasn't it? No, it was Coventry. Just a horrible pass. Now, they rescued it and they got a shot from distance and they're going to get a corner. But Coventry. The sub from at the half, Aneke with an opportunity there. Left footer, 20 feet away, calls the question. Big save there by Wickens. This is what it is. This one's running through. And this is why analysts are predicting Wrexham might not win against Charlton on the 26th of April. I'm just hoping that game doesn't mean anything. That's what I'm hoping. Hey, Ruth. At all morning broadcast, although I missed the first half. Brennan had to cover for me for the first half of the Wrexham game because I was comfortably in bed after rolling over on my alarm clock. and I just made it for the action. I just wanted to bring the excitement myself, and so that's what I did. Opportunity there, score! 2-1. The corner works. They get it all the way over. And they're running now. Charlton all set up, trying to get this thing done. Looking for the highlight here again. Charlton, see, the first time they've actually had any excitement, it moved in, skipped, and missed clearance, and as a consequence, it just lands right at the spot. Hammered, blocked, and then the garbage picked up and a left footer. Nothing the keeper can do. He had to line up in the middle for the shot, and then when it got deflected, he goes out and just smashed right in. Easy as. Opportunity here. They come burning in again. I'm trying to get everything going here. Okay, come on. I think I got it sourced. Sorry. Yeah, we're good. Well, we got action here. The crowd's certainly into it. The volume has picked up immensely. 2-1 now, 57 minutes, 30 seconds. And Charlton with continued pressure and control over to the right-hand side. Charlton, 18-yard box, 9 yards out, left-footed cross into the area. Keeper doesn't come out and get that. Should have. Another failed clearance by Lincoln City. And these volleys, half volleys from the edge of the area are coming back to bite him, and then a foul. And Lincoln City going to get it and go the other way. I think that's true, Kim. If they lose this, where's Andy's handy-dandy graphic? I'm going to have to put that guy on the payroll. I guess Brendan's probably thinking me first. Charlton lose this one. Their max points that they can get to is 87. Oh, sorry, 88. 88? With a draw. With a draw, they'd get to 73. Yeah. Draws 88 points. A loss puts them at 87 points. And that gap just closes so fast. You get a win next weekend, you get to 84, and these guys lose. It's crazy. It's crazy. We could be eliminating Stockport and Charlton potentially, I think. Could we do it as early as next weekend if we won and they all lost? Ooh, headed back towards Ramsey by their own player, the Lincoln City player, on a long ball, but unfortunately it squirted out the other way, and it was easy for Ramsey to go over and collect it from Lincoln City. Just slowing it down now, Wickens. Small. This small guy's been really impressive, especially with his pace off of the wing on the right-hand side for Charlton. He's probably been the only person who's consistently been putting in not just the effort, but the quality to settle things down and to get a cross into the box by Charlton, chested down inside the area, knocked down 22 yards, not going to take a crack. Instead, he's going to swing it back out right-hand side. Ramsey, he's going to switch to the left-hand side. Edwards with it. He's turning back. Is that Gillespie? Who is that? That's the sub that came in. Mitchell. McIntyre went out after his whoopsie. Into the area, right footer, Small whiffs on it. And it's cleared away, but maintain possession. This is all Charlton now all the time. Lincoln City just in full danger, clearance control. Everybody's parked the bus. We'll ride this for 30 minutes. I don't know if they're going to have the ponies to hold on with the pressure that's coming. Brum up 3-1. Cardiff is the capital of Wales, is WNG provided, yeah. Wrexham Cardiff Derby. And I don't know the answer to this question. Like, is there, and I guess it probably depends on where you've got family and all that sort of stuff, but is there more of a rivalry with Cardiff City than with Swansea? Are they both equally hated? Is Cardiff City hated more because it's the capital? Because I usually assume, yeah, assuming Cardiff can stay up. That's exact. John and WNG jump in on that one. A lot of the time for rurals, I say rural, that's not the right word. Cities that are some distance away from the capital end up having some antipathy towards the capital, right? Because that's where they believe is that the money is spent and the improvements are made and the economy is developed more so to the detriment of those that are away from the capital city. So I would assume that it's probably more of a rivalry between Wrexham and Cardiff City than there is towards Swansea. But I'm happy to be told I'm wrong. Because it wouldn't be the first time, and really I'm just waxing poetic on nonsense. I just for reference too, when you look at Stockport, they're going to have 5 games left after this one, and they're sitting at 74, so they could still get to 89 points. Do I have that right? Yeah, if they win that, max is 89 points. This graphic that Andy put together, I'm looking forward to the other one because it just makes the breakdown. You don't have to do the math in your head all the time. Back underway, Lincoln City smashing it down. The keeper, they need to alleviate the pressure here a little bit, or look to add one. Cross and nobody over on the far side, but see, That's embarrassing, Charlton. That's Lincoln City wanting it more than you. Two players who gave up and lightened up on the chase down, so it gets bashed back into them. That was for Lincoln City. Who's number 28? Is that one of the subs? I don't have a 28. Must have got the number wrong. But just the Lincoln City player busted his hump, got to the ball first, and then banged it off of one of the late defenders to get a throw in. And that's just laziness. Long throw into the area, headed down. Let the football gods punish him. Puts it back in the area, cleared away again, and pressure has been alleviated. Back to the chat I go. 3 wins, I think, is more than 3 wins is more than enough. Let's put it this way. The maximum number of points that Stockport can get with 6 games left is 89. Charlton, as it sits right now, if they were to lose this one, the maximum number of points that they can get to is 87. And then Wickham, having lost 1, where do you sit? I mean, they can still get up to 91 points, I believe, because they've got 18. They can get to 93 points. No, they can't. 6 times 3 is 18, and 18 plus 75. I'm trying to do the math here. Maybe is the chart wrong, or is my math in my head wrong? They have 5 games left times 3. It's 15 points. 5 times 3 is they have 6 games left. 6 games left times 3 is 18. And 18 plus 75 is 93 points. Is the chart right there, Andy? We have 5 left. They have 6 left at 75 points. 6 times 3 is 18. So maybe we're back to having a little bit more concern. I just think with 6 points being the delta, that's going to be really tough to make it up. But I'm not. To me, if Charlton and Stockport have to go on crazy runs here, 5-1 at worst, 6-0 at best, and so I think that this puts a serious damper onto their run, and it's really then just Wickham against us for the rest of the season. And we've got a 6-point advantage. They've got 1 game in hand, and that's the battle. If Wickham loses to Huddersfield on Tuesday, Brum are promoted to the championship. And who do they play? Like, once they clinch, do they just mash everything up all the way through? Do they influence the run-in? They'll probably focus on the trophy final because they play Tuesday against Peterborough. So they could win and also clinch, right? W&G? Or is it a loss from Wickham and a win from Birmingham that's required? In any event, they play Crawley, Burton, Stevenage, Mansfield, Blackpool, and Cambridge United. So they'll influence the relegation battle, but that's it. They can mix it up and have some fun on the way through. Lincoln City with a hug on the back and fouled the Charlton defender. Interesting handoff of color commentary during the game. Something must have happened as an emergency because you could hear him running away from the mic. I'm going to pass you off for the rest of the second half. Wickham is still in striking range, but if Wickham lose midweek, then I think Wrexham is almost locked to an automatic promotion, barring a 5-game skid to end the season. And really, for my purposes, I think that's the focus. Is we're just watching Wickham because the run-in to expect a 5-1 run through, I just don't see it. But for Wickham, they can still get to even if they lose 93 points. I thought it was closer than that, or further away than that. But I guess that's the joy of having a game in hand. Is it's 18 points that they can possibly earn. They're sitting at 75, so they could get to 93. They lose, they get to 90. That doesn't eliminate things to me. That's still 90 is a hell of a number that for us to be able to control things. But what gives me comfort is you take the 75 points and divide that by 40. That's a 1.875. And you multiply that by the 6. That's 11.25 points is their average. That puts them at 86 points. Like, to me, 87 points is enough. Get 2 wins and a draw, and I think that we're good. And that's subject to Wickham playing worse than their normal form. And that's the other consideration. I haven't even considered that, is there's going to be points dropped as Wickham plays Charlton and Stockport. So somebody's got to drop points, right? You think so? Goal differential still likely to play a part in this. Brendan, do you think that this is going to end up in a draw in some capacity, or do you think this is really... I see this as just being a points battle. But I didn't expect, and I actually said to somebody this week, I said the unfortunate thing is I don't think that Wrexham's ever going to have an opportunity to close the goal differential because we haven't scored 3 goals more than the other team in any game since early on in the season. And then they put a 3 spot up.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure. I understand what you're asking.
Do you think
do you think we're going to tie with Wickham?
Yeah, do you see the potential of it? Because I can't see Stockport and Charlton making it here. But do you think the goal differential with Wickham is going to come down to it?
I mean, it obviously could, and I would feel better if we,
secured the lead.
Yeah, I mean, so Huddersfield's one of their tougher games, right? And I get worried with the last few games of the season if teams' spots are secured and they don't want to hurt players. Like, does Stockport not care about that game, especially if they can stick it to Wrexham and they want to rest their players for the playoffs, so they don't care which position they fall in, so they tank that game? I mean, then that's one easy game for Wickham, right? Right. So, like, yeah, this Huddersfield, like, today was big, them losing, us winning. And now, I wouldn't mind a goal difference. So we're up more than just the one game, but we're up a game and a goal difference if we tie. So
I'm with you on that one. It'd be nice to put the feather into that cap and hold it secure. But for me, I don't know. I think I just look at the run-in with Wickham, and there's enough questions to be asked. And they're going to have to get to 87 points having lost today. That means they have to go 3-2-1. Not outside the question. That's what their average is for the year. So you can expect them to go 3-2-1 to be able to secure their 87 points, which forces us to get there. But they've got some landmines in front of them. And you lose to Huddersfield and you walk into Stevenage, and if you drop points there, all of a sudden you've given away that 4. We're in the clinch scenario, and that's
I'm putting that up on the screen. Going back to that graphic of the what their run-in is. Like, do you really think Leyton Orient's going to be playing hard? No. Stockport, they could potentially sit players if after today.
Depending on where they are at, is going to be a well-managed game. Like, you can anticipate that. Ooh, Cambridge in a battle to try and get out of the basement goes up 1-0 on Shrewsbury. That one's interesting. I mean, Shrewsbury's done, but for Cambridge, they've got, and depending on what Bristol Rovers are doing.
So, to me, when I look at it, Huddersfield is going to try to play hard, and the next one is Bolton that we can count on.
Yes, I'm with you there. So it's Huddersfield is going to end up playing hard. Bolton's going to be ending up playing hard. Charlton's going to be playing hard. Well, maybe not.
No, see, I could easily see
It could be in a
Charlton
game
not
management
playing
position
hard.
even there.
Yeah. So I can't rely on Charlton, Leighton Orient, and Stockpool to play them hard, which means they have 3 games: Huddersfield, Stevenage, and Bolton, and that's where this is all going to be won and lost, right? Like, how do we score in the R3? How do they score in those 3?
Yeah, and just looking at Bristol Rovers, so they're even right now with who are they playing? With Bolton 0-0, and they've got Burton, who's now 4 points behind them in a game in hand, and Crawley, who's 6 points behind them. So they're in a true battle to stay out of it. Wigan, who we play next, is in a true battle. They're only 6 points out of relegation, but they've got 2 games in hand, I suppose.
Yeah. So Wigan and Bristol are going to play hard against us.
Yep.
I don't necessarily think Charlton will come blazing for us because it's second to last game and their spot's pretty much going to be locked in. And I
right
don't
on
think
cue, Bristol Rovers go down to 1-0. Bolton scores.
so. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that the second home game really matters. Oh, scores! It's even. The captain Doherty finding it 75th minute. There's the hope and optimism. Shut your mouths, guys. Charlton's telling us they're still in this one. Volley from, what was that, 23 yards, left-footed?
again, this might actually help us because this makes Charlton, have hope. I don't know.
There's that too. Thrown in another piss poor clearance and a left-footed kind of. Did he even hit that with his foot or with it? Yeah, it was with his foot. It looked from the replay that might have got him in the like the ankle. But anyways, it bounces through and nothing the keeper can do. Is I think it took a bit of a knock, and it goes into the left-hand side. And yeah, it's been building, and Lincoln City's been trying to hold on. I mean, I'll take a draw, but right now, here comes Charlton again. 15 minutes. Let's walk this one through. Into the penalty area, cleared away, and just thumped out for a throw-in. The Valley is rocking, squeaky bum time. You want Charlton to go? Huddersfield goes up 2-0 on Mansfield. And I think that puts them even now, doesn't it, with Stockport? No. Oh, dropped and then just missed the opportunity, and it goes 3 feet wide on a slow roller off of the boot, accidentally on purpose, put towards goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Lincoln City coming the other way. Yeah, he tried to draw it back to himself, and it bounced off of the right side of his foot and just rolled harmlessly towards the goal. It's only Charlton. Lincoln pushing it through. Ooh, clattered into him. Playing advantage? Nope, making it a free kick. And so that was Lincoln City on the attack. Lost control of the ball. Wiped out the leg of the defender, and now they're going to push it back. 13 minutes until we get to the added time. Hamilton wiping out his man for Lincoln City. Charlton foul. And a yellow. Did he actually? Oh, give him another yellow for being a cheeky little bugger. Got the yellow card and then gave the thumbs up and a little smile. Was this an elbow, forearm shiver to the head by Aneke of Charlton? Forearm shiver to the back of the head a little bit. Was driving for the Burton Reading wins, but was listening to all the way home, finally home and mowing the lawn to the Charlton game. Awesome. It's nice to have you join the chat, Solar. I'm still surprised that people do that and listen to the conversation throughout the day, even when they can't get to it. Some people in the classroom, Charlton are the favorites to win. Yep. Swansea up 1-0 on Derby County. Yeah, I think Birmingham's put that one away. Kudos to Barnsley, though. 4-2 or 3-2 down a man. They scored 2 goals. Who was looking ahead? I think that win, irrespective of what happens here, and I would rather have the dropped points, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I think our win does wonders for us on the go forward. But we'll see. We're 10 minutes. There's going to be some extended added time. I'd say we're at like 6-7 minutes on this one so far. You've had the goals. You've had this injury. It's going to be. Wickens smashing it soon, I hope. Get this game underway. And just pulls the Ogonko and just kicks it out. Sorry, that was evil. A man who just all he does is get clean sheets, and we're worried about how many times he kicks it straight out. Still a skill he needs to have. Charlton with it, maintains control. Well done in the battle there down the left-hand side, and it's with Aneke. It gets kicked out. Charlton's going to have the throw in 35 yards out as Jackson, who took the forearm shiver to the back of the head, back in. Throw in long into the area. Jackson, who's there, heads it away. Knockdown opportunity, Charlton. This is their sub. Dixon draws it back. Left-footed cross into the area. Nobody touches it. Holy man, there were like 8-9 players there. They watch it hit the ground and just go all the way to the other side where Small collects it. Small, the right winger, draws it back. Coventry, right-footed cross into the area. Whoa! Header wide open in the area for Charlton. Misses to the right by about 1.5 feet, if that. Yikes. Godden would have wanted to do better than that. Coventry, glorious. Oh, I didn't even think it was 6 inches. I mean, it would have had to get past the post too, but that, right in front of the goal, heads it. And did it actually get a flick? Did Wickens get his hand on that? He might have. Corner. Right-footed outswinger going to be taken by Coventry, who just served up that last opportunity as Charlton trying to do what it does is win late in the Valley. Headed down, knocked down, Small pushes it! Just misses again to the right by, we'll call that one 2 feet from the corner. Oh, that wasn't Small, that was a Keke. Yikes. Charlton is just swarming, mauling. And can't waste time. Wickens already on a yellow. So can't push it too far. Just can't get to the header. Lands to the ground in front of a kick. And man, he didn't miss by much. This shot will show it best. Whoa, yeah, like a foot to the right of the goal. 82 minutes, 15 seconds. Lincoln City, long ball in, gets it back, delivers it to Wickens, and Wickens pushes it all the way down the pitch. This is just park the bus and clear the ball is all that's happening here. And Charlton looking to advance it forward. Hamilton gets it, puts it forward. Godden to Akeke. Handball. Time for a Lincoln breakaway. Handball by Akeke, and so it's going to go the other way. Lincoln City on the free kick. And here come 3 subs for Lincoln City, looking to try and bring this home with fresh legs. House is off. That's number 1. The slow walk. We've got time here. Collins coming off. Everybody get comfortable. Have a nap as they slowly make their way off here. Extended congratulations. Interesting to me. I mean, you would think. I know it's an away game, and I know you try to make sure that you secure points in an away game. But if you're Lincoln City, I guess you're out of it. 12 points left. 12 points to get caught up. Not happening this late in the season. So
Yeah, they're playing pretty hard considering.
well, I thought they'd be working a little bit harder for the win here, and maybe not trying to waste some time. But like they did the whole long sub in a draw. Clearly indicative of what their thoughts are. Is they're holding
A draw helps us. I'm cool with that.
Lincoln City maintaining control, kicking it around, draw it back, and it's going to go all the way to the center back who was just a high ball. I think he took that too quick. I would have rather he just had a center back kick about for a bit. But is Lincoln City able to maintain control? No. And here comes Charlton on the break. That's the young guy Dixon who came in, slides it over to the right side. Small. He's got to stop, recycle. He slipped and fell, had to maintain possession, so just drew it back to his center backs. Stevenage goes up 2-1 on Crawley. W&G, you are an absolute saint for the continued provision of the scoreboard. Oh, Doherty gave it away. Good for Lincoln City as they've maintained control. Right-hand side now. Looking at the subs, that's Draper who gets it. It gets kicked out 5 minutes, and it's out of bounds. And no rush on taking this throw in. Everybody get comfortable. Oh, stretch your legs a little bit. Finally gets in position. Well done. Hammer up there, spinning the ball, looking, contemplating. Good 15, 20 seconds off the clock from that endeavor, and that's got to be a foul and a free kick to Charlton. You can't do that. Heavy push in the back. Okonkwo trying for Golden Glove of the season. I mean, how do you not? I mean, Wrexham has the top goals against in the league, and for Okonkwo, his numbers individually are way up. Jennifer Wisty, Wrexham win was a great way to start my day. Abso-freaking-lutely. Combined with the Wickham loss. And if we can get Charlton to drop points here, knock on all the wood. Foul in a dangerous territory. As away from the ball, and the ball ended up being passed to him. That wasn't one of the substitutes. That was it one of the substitutes? In any event, Charlton player wiped out away from the ball, and then the pass went through to him, and he was on the deck, and he was cleared out. And so the referee didn't initially call it on the initial contact, but as soon as the ball came into the area, blows it down. This is going to be 20 yards out, right in front of the net. Dangerous territory. Yes, and that's why let's hope that Charlton doesn't end up scoring here, and we get a little bit more breathing room on the table. Godden, that's who it was. Godden got clattered into and wiped out. And when the ball came through to him and he was laying on the deck and couldn't get there, that's when the foul was called. So Gillespie on the ball staring at it. Coventry on the ball staring at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 standing in the wall and one laying on the deck underneath it. How do you get that job? Tallest man on the pitch? Slowest man on the pitch? Just lie on the ground and we're all going to jump. And if it goes low, you're going to get smashed in the backside. Okay. It's going to be Gillespie with the left foot. Yes, left-footed. Whoa, made it just to the left of the wall. But Wickens was able to get over there and grab it low. Kept that one out. 2 minutes until out of time. Man, we're going to have a lot of time in this one, though. What do you think? 9 minutes? 8 minutes? Did he get it through the wall or just to the left of the wall? Oh, just right straight through the wall. So not much in it, not much curl. Easier save because the keeper was right there. I thought that went just around it and made it harder. Mannion, the Charlton keeper, gets Charlton started away from the back, but gets their return as they can play catch back there with the ball as long as they want. Mannion thumps it down the middle of the pitch. No Charlton player there, but good job. It went from a bad pass back to a bad pass over, and Lincoln City has it now 35 yards away. You can't go to the corner flag in a 2-2 game, can you? Just go to the flag and waste the time. 89th minute subs by Charlton. Fascinating. You're chasing after a point. You're keeping all the pressure. And I know that you think that that's all going to get added time, but you don't put it up there. 9 minutes of added time. Or was that a 4? Oh, no, that was 9 for the sub. The fourth official struggling with the board in the 89th minute couldn't get the number 9 up to come on for the sub. And so I thought, are they calling how many minutes are left? But he was just fighting the board. Northampton, 4 goals. What did we say about Peterborough's goals against? Like, they'll score. They just can't keep it out of their own damn net. Posh me, you always struggle. Blackpool red right before Rotherham scored.
Bolton beating Bristol Rovers doesn't help us.
Yeah, we want Blackpool to stay in this just for the run-in to keep them competitive and wanting to go after people. I mean, they're professionals. You'd like to think, but you always like that extra edge. Blown down, the referee, not happy with the fighting, having a headmaster speaking to his students moment. Thank you for that, sir. Take all the time you need. Man, I am really disappointed with attendance in Charlton.
4 red cards today in League One.
In League One, wow. Sunny days and everybody got angry. Here comes Charlton on the front foot. Long ball on the switch doesn't work, though, and it's just simply headed away by Ruffin. Charlton now, back through the middle of the pitch, chipped over, but nobody there. Can Dixon get there and save it? Yes, Dixon has it then. 35 yards through the middle. Lazy pass, though, giving it away. Dixon goes back. Well done. Takes it back. Charlton with it now. Nice little back pass. And they're moving forward into the area. Keke can't get it, and it's cleared away. I missed the added time if they put it up there, but the lino or the fourth official's fighting. That was a dive. That was one of the best flops I've ever seen, and you completely missed that one. That had, like, I don't know what you call that, the bull rider kickoff. Like, he jumped in the air and then had the ankle flick and everything, trying to draw a foul before it rolled out of play. The donkey kick. There you go. We'll call that the donkey kick. Straight horizontal donkey kick, no foul given. Referee not feeling it. Charlton with it, flicks it up over and over. Nobody's able to collect it. Lincoln has it now, thumps it down the pitch, and Charlton just returns it back. Lincoln City, this is just a battle in the midfield as Dixon smashes into, who was number 14? McGrandles, and that's going to be a foul going the other way. Yellow card for time wasting. Wah, wah. Or good for us at Blackpool on the beach for our away game there? Sure. Right footer taken by Wickens of Lincoln City. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, I'm curious what the attendance is at Charlton. Like, it's empty. Oh, that's a yellow. If it would have been closer, it'd be a red. It has to go. He in his own half, 35 yards away from Charlton's on the breakout, and the Lincoln City player just reaches out and rips his legs out from under him and makes him fall down. That's at least a yellow. He gets his yellow. Like that yellow for Jackson is clear as day. But it's one of those ones where it was so obvious and apparent what he was doing that you think, is that taking away a goal opportunity? I don't think you can give the red for it because it's still 60, 70 yards away from goal. But they were on the front foot there, and Jackson just professional foul and a beauty. And there's Dixon, pushes it forward, 3 jerseys there, 20 yards out, defender falls. And then Gilbert, I don't even know, was that a shot or a pass or what are you doing? Just punts it back and misses the net entirely. Birmingham loading it up, 6-2. Poor Barnsley. I mean, they had the fight in. 2 goals, had it tied for the longest time, 3-2 down a man since, like, how early was that red card in Barnsley? Like 5 minutes in, 7 minutes in? Man, that's got to suck if you're the defender and you see the ball coming 20 yards out from goal and your boots give way and you end up on the deck. Ugh. No update on the added time on the score clock. Lincoln City with it halfway, move it forward. Hamilton with it. He's got 3 men closing in him. He's still maintaining possession. He's got relief to the left and he finds it out there. That was Ruffin, who's just going to turn it around, deliver it back. Monsma goes all the way back to the keeper, Wickens. Wickens' right foot smashed down the pitch. And we got 2 holding onto each other's jerseys, dancing away. Charlton collects, and there's a foul. Taken quickly, and then just given away. Well done. Oh, and then Charlton wins it back, though. Over to the right-hand side. Dixon inside the area. 18-yard box. Cross. It's there. No, it's cleared away by a right foot. He had 2 men just on the other side. With the absence of that right foot, it's over. And Dixon trying to get the crowd into it. Not able to do it. And yes, thank you always, W&G, for those updates. Sheffield has lost to Oxford. Well, that's going to help Leeds out. That battle up at the top for the promotion spots. 3 teams going after it. Long throw coming. 6 yards away, going near post, and nobody there, but Lincoln blows it down. 2-2. Charlton drops points, and so we'll just wait for the rest of the championship news and the League One scores to come in, and that, my friends, is an outstanding result, and I will take it. As far as Stockport, the only team that around us that we were worried about that did a thing. Brendan, summarize the weekend that is.
What a great start to the weekend, and then we have the women's game tomorrow. Hopefully they have a good game, and then we have our watch along, and then we get to watch you solo it against the Wickham Huddersfield, and looking for more good news. Yeah, this is all great.
It's all coming together. Andy, I'm sure, will be updating, and thank you, Andy, for doing this towards the end of the season, updating the graphics. But, I mean, things look good. Things look a heck of a lot better. So Stockport with the win, able to get 1 point ahead of Charlton. Charlton with the draw sitting at 73 points. I didn't do the math, but Bolton, they're currently sitting at 66 points with 18 points. So if we go 66 plus 18 is 84. So a win, because I'm going to say that because they only have a goal differential of 5. A win guarantees that we cannot fall below the playoffs. I mean, that would have to be, I'm sure we probably already clinched anyway because teams are playing each other. But without going through that math, that's where we sit at. It's going to be a fascinating run-in. The breakdown of who's in it and has something to play for and who isn't and has nothing to play for is going to change every single Tuesday and Saturday as we go through the run. So stay with us for that all. Cardiff City women tomorrow, the watch along with the Princess Bride with the surprises with Deandra watching that tomorrow after the game, and then afternoon on the East Coast, morning on the West Coast. And then I'll be back for Huddersfield, and then we will be back Huddersfield Wickham, and then we're back here next weekend as we travel off to Wigan to take that one on. Thanks for being here. The extended watch. It's a perfect weekend. Damn good weekend. Enjoy it. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.